Knicks fans, I genuinely think that we are watching one of the most important quiet developments of this entire season, and it is not a trade rumor, it is not a headline signing, it is Mitchell Robinson at the free throw line. Yes, Mitchell Robinson, because after starting the season shooting just 17% from the stripe, Mitch has now made 10 straight free throws over the last 2 games. And what's crazy is that just from those 2 games alone, he has already jumped all the way up to 42% on the season. That might not sound elite, but for Mitchell Robinson, that is a potential game changer. Let's walk through it. Against Philly at MSG, Mitch went for 7 for 8 from the free throw line. Then against Miami on Sunday, he followed it up by going 3 for 3. That is not any luck, that is not a one-off night, but that is mechanical improvement and confidence showing up in real games. And when you pair that with the fact that Mitch also dropped 21 points and 16 rebounds against Philly with 2 blocks, suddenly we're talking about a completely different version of him late in games. Here is why this matters more than a lot of people realize. For years, teams have used the Hack-A-Mitch strategy as a weapon against the Knicks, not just to make him miss free throws, but to also take him off the floor because of his incredible defensive impact, and disrupt the Knicks' rhythm as well offensively and completely change the flow of games. Boston, as well as other playoff teams, used it in the past, and it worked majority of the time. When Mitch could not be trusted at the line, coaches were forced into tough decisions late in games. Do you keep your best rebounder and rim protector out there, or do you protect yourself from intentional fouling? Now imagine if that strategy no longer works. If Mitch is even hovering around 40 to 45%, teams will start hesitating. If he creeps higher as the season goes on, that strategy might be officially dead. And this did not happen by accident. Huge credit goes to shooting coach Peter Patton, who the Knicks recently signed in the season, and assistant Mark Bryant, who have been working closely with Mitch to clean up his form. You can literally see it, less of a hitch, more balance, and more confidence. And the biggest thing is this: Mitch is not rushing, he looks calm, he looks comfortable, and that is something that we have never consistently seen from him at the line. Now zoom out. Mitchell Robinson is already one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. He changes games without needing the ball, he gives the Knicks extra possessions, and he protects the rim at a high level. If you can no longer foul him out of games, his value in playoff basketball even more so skyrockets. That means more late game minutes, that means more physical dominance, and that means that the Knicks do not have to compromise their identity down the stretch. That is massive news. We have spent weeks talking about backup point guards, center depth, trade targets, and roster tweaks, but sometimes the biggest upgrades are internal. If Mitch's free throw improvement sticks even remotely close to this level, the Knicks just solved a long-standing postseason problem without making a single trade. That matters for rotations, that matters for matchups, and that matters for confidence. So continue to keep your eye on that free throw line for Mitch, because Mitchell Robinson quietly jumping from 17% to 42% in just 2 games might end up being one of the most important developments of the entire Knicks season. And real quick, before we wrap this up, let's look ahead to Tuesday night in Minnesota, because the injury report is no joke. The Knicks are going to be heavily shorthanded again. Number 1, Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, Deuce McBride, Landry Shamet, Bacome Dadier, Gershon Yabusele will all be out tomorrow. That is a massive chunk of the rotation unavailable against a Timberwolves team that plays extremely physical basketball. So because of that, we could be looking at a starting lineup of Tyler Kolek, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, Mohamed Diawara, and Karl Anthony Towns. Which is fascinating because off the bench, you're likely seeing Jordan Clarkson, Mitchell Robinson, maybe even Kevin McCullough Jr., and then some combination of Trey Jemison or Hukporti, with maybe Tosan sneaking in depending on how the game flows. This is another huge opportunity for the young guys, especially Kolek and Diawara, to continue proving that they belong in real rotation minutes even when this team is fully healthy. But as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and sub to the channel for more Knicks news and updates you will not want to miss. It's been KNYT here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.